Day 467 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 326, power of 3. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. Given an integer n, return true if it is a power of 3, otherwise return false. An integer n is a power of 3 if there exists an integer x such that n equals 3 to the power of x. All right, y'all, so that sounds simple enough, but let's take a look at these examples just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So in example 1, we have our input n equals 27, our output is true. Explanation says 27 equals 3 to the power of 3. So we just want to see if 27 is a power of 3, and it is, because when we do 3 times 3 to the power of 3, or 3 to the power of x, which in this case is 3, then we'll get 27, which means it's a power of 3. So let's take a look at example 2. In example 2, we have our input n equals 0, output is false. Explanation says there is no x where 3 to the power of x will equal 0. So that's why the output is false. Boom. Similar, in example 3, we have our input n equals -1. The output is false. Explanation says there is no x where 3 to the power of x will equal -1. So I hope that makes sense to y'all. And now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution, y'all. So first thing we are going to do is we're going to declare a variable, and we are just going to call that x, and we're going to set that equal to 1. Then we're going to keep multiplying by 3 until x exceeds n. So we're going to say while x is less than or equal to n, we're going to open up the brackets. And if at any point x matches n, then n is a power of 3. So we're going to say if x equals n, then we could just open up the brackets and we can say return true. Boom. Then we need to move to the next power of 3 by coming underneath that and saying x times equals 3. Boom. Then if we go through all that and we exit the loop without finding x and a variable or a number where x is equal to n, then it's not a power of 3. So we could just come right here and we can return false. Boom. So that's all she wrote, y'all. Let's give it a run.